Shalom. First off, I'd like to give an all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Yahweh, who the world didn't really calls God, in the name of Yahushai, who the world didn't really calls Jesus Christ. Secondly, I'd like to give a double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who continue to teach us this truth, and the salutations to Joachim out there doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, sincerely. All right. Now, the name of this lesson is Dangerously Idle. All right. And basically, this lesson is going to be a collection of scriptures or an epistle in a way dedicated to myself and to my actions within the body. So I'm just going to get straight to the scriptures. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 12, and it says, "And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish them and punish the men that are settled in their lees." All right, so settling in your lees is essentially, lees are essentially just walls. All right, and these lees, they are the walls that keep a river flowing through, whatever part of the land it's flowing through. But the scriptures uses a man settling in their lees as a man who is not pushing his plow, not doing his portion of the work in the body. All right, but what did it say? It says, "And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles." All right, so Jerusalem is going to be searched. All right, and Jerusalem is talking about the Lord's people. All right, it's talking about you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the people that descend from them. He's going to search throughout his nation. And those people, or those men, rather, who have not been doing their part in the body, all right, it says, "And punish the men," all right, "that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil." All right. Now, fortunately, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will say that I have not been doing my part. I have been stagnant, but one of the things that I have retained in this battle of mine has been my fear of the Lord. I am what in the world people would call an adrenaline junkie, or maybe a daredevil, whatever. I've always been like that. I've never experienced things like anxiety and all this other stuff. And throughout this walk, if there's one thing that has been consistent in my mind, is the Lord and the utter fear that I feel, the anxiety that I feel just going out to do basic tasks, So that fear of the Lord is still there. I still make sure to pray. I'm still, that fear is still there. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that's worked out for me. That fear is still there, so that lets me know that ultimately this is a fight and this is a test, and I just need to continue to endure, and making sure that I do my shows, making sure that I can make it to the camps is obviously part of that battle. It's the only way that I'll be able to fight back, apart from, prayer and fasting. Verse 13, it says, "Therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation." All right, so it's going to be destroyed. Anything that you're putting ahead of this truth is going to be destroyed. It says, "They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof." Exactly. So it's a lose-lose situation, because you lose your place, right, in the truth, in the brotherhood, in the body, right? But you also lose because you're losing the most important thing, which is your faith. And you're losing your access to the Lord. You're losing your access to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And ultimately, from my, through my trial, what I have noticed is it's basically the spirit of a sluggard, It's procrastination, the world will call it. That's really what it comes down to. And this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. It says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." Exactly. So a city that's set on a hill is not going to be hid. All right? Because the Lord's people, the Lord's prophets, they are the light of the world. All right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and people that descend from them, you are the light of the world. All right? But right now, the elect, all right, are the light of the world. It says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel. Exactly. So that's basically what I've been doing, right? Lighting a candle and putting it and hiding it. When in reality, a candle is made to what? To be displayed so that it can light up the surroundings. So it can light up other people, And that's something that I have not been doing. It says, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Exactly. So that's the point of the candle. The candle isn't about us. This truth is not about us. This truth is about Yahweh Bashem Yahushai at the end of the day. It's not about me. It's not about whoever listens. And it's not about any of us. It's about Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and exalting his name. All right? And informing and letting the world know of his existence and of his true power and nature. That's really what it's about. This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 12, and it says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." Exactly. So just as we behave a certain way when we are amongst the brotherhood and we are amongst brothers, it's the same way that we should behave when we are within ourselves, in the absence of the brotherhood. Although, like the brother said in the camp beautifully, the angels and the Lord are always watching, But our job is to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. There's going to be no elder, no apostle is going to be able to save you at the end of the day. Because, in fact, they are looking for salvation themselves. The only people, the only person, the only entity, whatever you want to call it, the only thing that's going to save you is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The only, person who's going to be able to save you is going to be Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. No one else. So that's why we need to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. Making sure we do these epistles is important. Making sure we're keeping up with current events, praying, fasting, going to camp. These are all things that we need to be consistently doing. Because if not, then you will find yourself in a situation that I was in, where you feel yourself getting dragged further and further away. And it's not easy to talk to, not easy to talk about, but it's also not a good feeling. So I'm going to end this portion of the video here. It says, procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God owes you another chance to do tomorrow what he gave you a chance to do today. All right, and this is a quote by Bishop Rosie O'Neill. Women are not supposed to be preaching. I don't know how she's a bishop, but nonetheless, a very good quote. There's an air of arrogance in procrastination. And arrogance is very close to proud. And the scriptures say that there are 6 things that the Lord hates, and the 7th one is, there's 7 things that the Lord hates, and the last one is a proud look, and being arrogant and thinking that, oh, I could do it later, or I'll do it tomorrow. The brother Barack Obama has a very good line that he says, strike the iron while it's hot. And it's true. Why wait 2-3 days to do a lesson when you can do it right now? If you have the time and you have this, and the Spirit is on you, even if you don't do the whole lesson, even if you just do a part or two, but strike the iron when it's hot. It's that simple. So I'm going to end off on this scripture, just to not end on that quote. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8, and it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Exactly. One of the things that we need to constantly remember is that the devil, he's always lurking. He's always seeing, how he can pull you away from this truth. So we need to be vigilant. We need to be sober-minded. All right. We need to be, all in all, just aware of what's going on. We need to be aware of what's going on. We need to be aware of, what's going on in our surroundings, what's going on in our lives, and we need to be able to identify distractors. We need to be able to identify things that are potentially getting in the way of you doing the work. Because the devil, he's going to use every weapon he has in order to get you, away from Yahweh Shai, because at the end of the day, that is his job, to stress test your faith ultimately. And if your faith is there, then, you may struggle, but you will come up, you will come out victorious. But if you don't, then it's just a testament that your faith was never there, So be sober, then be vigilant, right? So I'll end it on that. I'd like to give an all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the honestly apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who continue to teach us this truth, and the salutations to Joachim out there doing the work. And until next time, shalom.